Jose Daniel greeted the woman politely one morning and introduced himself as her husband's legal assistant, explaining that he had been sent to review some documents. Alejandra apologized, admitting she had forgotten he was coming, but quickly invited him inside. She showed him to the study and told him she would bring the documents shortly. When she returned, she accidentally bumped into him and apologized again. He seemed to stare at her for a moment, prompting her to ask why. He explained that he hadn't meant to be disrespectful, but simply hadn't expected the doctor's wife to be so beautiful, adding that he meant it with complete respect. She thanked him and told him to let her know if he needed anything before she left. Before heading out, Alejandra offered him a glass of water and instructed him to lock the house carefully once he finished working. As she stepped outside, she noticed her car having issues again and complained that her husband never had time to take it for repairs. She decided to call a taxi, but Jose Daniel offered to take her instead. When she asked in what, he showed her his scooter. She hesitated, admitting she had never ridden one and was scared, but he encouraged her by saying he had thought she was a brave woman the first time he saw her. She agreed, got on, held him tightly, and they rode off. Later, Andrea, the wife of the man Jose Daniel worked for, told her husband she felt sad because he would be leaving again in a few days. He reminded her it was for work, but she begged him to look for a job in the city so they could spend more time together. He promised he would try, and they settled down to watch a movie. After Jose Daniel dropped Alejandra off somewhere, he asked if she wanted him to pick her up later, but she declined, saying her meeting with a friend would be long. Moments later, her phone rang. It was her husband calling from afar, telling her he missed her and asking when he would see her again. She answered distantly, which made him suspicious, although she denied being with anyone else. When she hung up, she told her companion nothing was wrong. He teased her about jealousy, but she dismissed the idea. Later that night, a drunk woman, Andrea, argued with a driver who claimed she hadn't paid for her ride. After eventually paying him, she stumbled, and Jose Daniel stepped in to help her. She blamed her drinking on her husband, who she said was always working and never paid attention to her. She asked him a strange question. If he had to choose between his wife and his job, which would he choose? He replied he would always choose his wife. She complained that her husband never did. As he tried guiding her safely inside, she questioned whether her husband had sent him to work or to keep an eye on her. He insisted he was only there for a job. She challenged him again, asking what he would do if she were his wife. He said he would make her very happy and never leave her alone. She laughed drunkenly, said she felt like a child again, and eventually asked him to close the door so she could rest. The next day, Andrea